Okay, good evening, guys. Can you hear me? सुन पा रहे मुझे? Can you hear me and loud and clear? And can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well and good. We'll wait for everybody to join. I'm just posting one more file. So yesterday we discussed about EDI हमने किया था, exercise हो गया था और बाकी था. We discussed about the EDI, right?
एक से बाकी था सर.
Okay, EDI हो गया ना हमारा?
EDI हो गया सर.
हाँ,
ये डेफिनेशन नहीं है सर. हम लोग वो पावर इनटू एसएफ इनटू सीएफ डिवाइडेड बाय डेडवेट इनटू तक खड़ा है हम लोग.
हाँ, ओके. डेफिनेशन मैंने आपको उसमें बताया था ना, आयरिस की फाइल में. हाँ जी, शो मैंने फाइल भी डाला है शायद.
हाँ सर.
का डेफिनेशन यहाँ पे है. ओके, इट इज द अमाउंट ऑफ सी, it's an index that estimates the grams of CO2 per transport work. Okay, so we have done with EDI. We have seen the required EDI. That is, what is required EDI? I'll just revise those things. Yes, anybody can please tell me the formula. What is required EDI?
1 minus x by 100
1
into
minus x by 100
a to b reference.
Yes, into reference line value, right? That is your required EDI. Okay, required is set by the regulation. Okay. One minus x by 100. What is x over here? What is x over here? X क्या है? B is the dead weight, right? Capacity. What is x?
Reduction factor.
reference factor.
Correct. It is the reduction factor, right? That will depend on the. किस पे depend करेगा? It will depend on the phase. आप कौन से phase में हो, and also on the size of the vessel and type of the vessel. Okay, because we saw in the container ship, now the reduction factor for more than 2 lakh tonnage, it is already 50%. है ना? जितना बड़ा size उतना बड़ा stringent regulations, right? So this is the required EDI and attained EDI. Attained EDI is equal to, yes, anybody please help me. What is the formula of attained EDI?
Power into specific fuel oil consumption into carbon conversion factor by dead weight into speed.
Carbon conversion factor divided by
Dead weight into speed.
reference, right? You can just write capacity here also. Okay, so this is the main thing. So what is EDI? You have to tell the definition. It is the index that estimates the amount grams of CO2 released when you carry a cargo of 1 ton over a distance of 1 nautical mile, right? Because the unit है, that is grams of CO2 divided by ton nautical mile. Okay, this is the formula. Grams of CO2 divided by ton mile, right? So definition of देख सकते हो. How much amount of CO2 you are releasing into the atmosphere? Amount किसमें? In the grams. How much grams of CO2 you are releasing into the atmosphere when you carry 1 ton of cargo over a distance of 1 nautical mile. समझ आ रहा आपको डेफिनेशन, आपको यूनिट से याद हो जाएगा if you think logically. Okay, okay, shall we proceed? And when EDA came into force, it came into force on 1st January 2013. Okay, enter into force 1st January 2013. Okay, so now let's move on to the next topic, which is also very important. And you remember, right? ये आपका reference line value कैसे निकला था? Graph से. Remember the graph, right? From there, it is the formula of the line. Okay, now we'll move on to EEXI. First of all, what is the definition of EEXI, friends? Existing ship, right? Same है आपका पूरा energy efficiency, but X has to be replaced with the existing ship. Okay, and same index. Please do not confuse index, right? यहाँ पे दोनों में index होता है और CIE में indicator होगा. Okay, X की जगह आपको existing ship लिखना है. Okay, so I'll just jump back to the marble NX6, right? Just a minute. कुछ डाउट है तो पूछिए मुझे. Any doubt? Anybody has? No doubt? All clear?
No, sir, no, sir.
कुछ और डाउट है तो पूछ सकते हैं. इन द मीनवाइल आई गेट द फाइल. कुछ और किसी चीज से रिलेटेड डाउट है तो पूछ सकते
Sir,
हैं.
regarding those question papers which I asked,
अच्छा, मैंने डाला था कल ही तो डाला मैंने आपको. मैंने ग्रुप में मेंशन भी किया आपको.
तो आपने मेंशन मेरे को किया था लेकिन वो मिले नहीं. वो से कौन से ग्रुप में डाला है?
ये देखिए, मैं आपको अभी दिखा देता हूँ टेलीग्राम में. IPSR से ये देखिए, नेवल में जनवरी का डाला है और इसका डाला है. दैट यू कैन गेट फ्रॉम डीजल शिप, राइट? दिस इज द वन, राइट? जनवरी 2023. ओके, देख रहे हैं आप? ग्रुप में डाला हुआ मैंने.
सर इस ग्रुप में शायद हम लोग नहीं है सर. ये ETO ग्रुप नहीं है शायद ये.
Oh, your ETO group. I thought
Yeah.
you were looking for this.
No
what is
sir,
it
sir
called?
actually इनमें से सर न्यूमेरिकल्स कई बार आ जाते हैं सर as it is.
No, actually, I teach only safety part, right? So, okay, कोई बात नहीं. I'll get the ET paper. It's easy to get. Don't worry. I'll arrange that for you. और आप किसी ग्रुप में हैं, if you just go to the day, right? यहाँ पे मिल जाएगा आपको easily. Don't worry. I'll just arrange that for you, right? कोई बात. We'll get back to the syllabus. Okay. So we are done with the regulation number 22. That is attained EDI, right? और आपका दूसरा है, एक हमने 22 कर लिया attained EDI, and also we have done the this we have done. Okay, now this also we did, right? इसका फॉर्मूला मैंने आपको बताया था कल, है ना? This is the one reduction factor सब हमने किया था कल. Now we'll start with the new topic. Means it is also very important because you have done EXI clearly, so it will be a cakewalk for you, right? Easy about after EXI. First of all, why EXI was needed? क्यों चाहिए आपको EXI? अभी आ रहा है ना? I told you, right, the example why it is needed, or not yet? Why EXI is needed? Basically, the vessels which were built before. Okay.
First
EDI
July of 2016.
EDI came on 1st January 2023, right? Sorry, 2013. And EXI is coming into force when? It is coming into force this month only. That is 1st January 2023, right? Now let's say there are two ships, right? One, let's say ship A, ship B. Okay, there are two ships. Now let's say they are both of the same type. दोनों आपके bulk carriers हैं. Bulk carrier. Now this is also bulk carrier. Okay, same tonnage. Let's say 1 lakh tonnage. This also 1 lakh tonnage, right? But the difference here is that this vessel was built in, let's say, 2011, right? This vessel is built in 2022, right? Let's say 2022. Okay, इसके लिए भी अभी EXI sorry EDA नहीं आया. And third vessel, let's say it will be built in today, right? It is 2023 में बन रहा है ना? Okay, let's अभी इतना ही करते हैं. I will get back to that later. Okay, now this is which type of vessel? क्या vessel A को is it applying? आपका EDI apply करता है इसको? It is not applying, right? So it is a pre-EDA vessel, right? No regulations apply to this because it is before this date, right? इसके पहले बना ना, so it doesn't apply to him. Understood, guys? For vessel A, EDI will not be applicable, right? Now this guy 2022, he is already in which phase? Phase 2. Remember bulk carrier 20% reduction. अच्छा, आप मुझे ये बताइए, what are the different reduction measures you might have heard for your fuel consumption को कम करने के लिए? क्या सुना आपने अपना रेटिंग बढ़ाने के लिए? Have you heard something of moving the ship at a slower speed, slow steaming? सुना है? Engine power limiter. Have you heard?
हाँ
of
सर,
that?
optimization of engine power.
Right. Limitation of the engine power, right? EPL, Shapoli. Okay, that is right. So this is a pre-EDA vessel. इसको कोई problem नहीं है. It is he's going at a speed of let's say 14 knots. Now this guy, he has to get a 20% reduction. Okay, so he can go only at 12 knots. Okay, the vessel is same, engine is same because his engine power has been limited. Now, as a customer in the commercial market, the customers will always prefer vessel A even though he's old. Why? Because he can go at a higher speed. Now, this new chap cannot go at higher speed. Why? Because of EDI regulations, right? उसकी वजह से नहीं जा सकता, and this champion can go because he is not applying to the regulation. Now, this vessel A will have a commercial advantage, right? It has a vessel A has commercial advantage, right? Commercial advantage. एक तो पुराना है, it's first thing it is old and now it's having advantage also, right? And it is causing more pollution, right? Pollution cause कर रहा है. So to keep these both points in check, the concept of EXI came. Okay. Sorry for that. Anyway. So this has commercial advantage. Another, this is the point number 1. Point number 2, it is causing more pollution also. So to keep such vessels in check who are pre-EDA vessels, right? The concept of EEXI was introduced, right? One more thing I would like to tell you. तो समझ आ रहा आपको guys यहाँ तक? Understood why it is compulsory? Why it was introduced? समझ आया नहीं आया? Please tell me. So that the other vessels,
Yes,
they don't have a commercial advantage, right? And they were causing pollution also, the old vessels. Okay, for that. Now one more thing I would like to show you. Please pay attention over here. You see, you are in phase 2, right? So phase 2 reduction is 20%. Okay. Now let's take an example of container ship. Okay. Okay. So for a container ship, just have a look. For phase 1, let's say उसको भी ED apply करता है. It was 10%. Okay, 10%. Now phase 3 vessel is 50%. Now एक vessel आपका before it was built, right? It was built in phase 1. He got a reduction of how much? Only 10%. He is also complying with EDI, but he took certification when? In the phase 1. Okay. Now you built your vessel in phase 3. This is phase 3, right? जैसे phase 3 आपका ये phase 1 है, ये phase 2 है, ये phase 3. Okay. तो इसको कितना reduction चाहिए? 50%. If you see the difference, this is also huge, right? So for the vessels who are certified, right, with the EDI, then EDI 10 साल पहले लेके, they were happy that I've got the EDI. Now it does not apply to me at all because I've got it one time, right? It is a one-time measure. I have to comply only one time. एक ही बार करना ना आपको टेक्निकल मेजर, You have to do it only once in your lifetime, right? अब वो तो 10% लेके he's happy, only 10% reduction, right? Now the new vessels, they are worried that we have 50, he has only 10. So to remove this disparity in the market, right? So that he also has to come in the same benchmark. Almost usko bhi same level pe lana hai, right? To bring the EDI certified vessels up to the latest regulations, right? Up to the mark of the latest regulation. आपको समझ आया गाइस? फर्क एक तो जो प्री ईडीए वेसल था उसको तो कुछ भी अप्लाई नहीं करता था, तो उसको लाइन में लाने के लिए ओके now a vessel which was, let's say, built in 2015, how much reduction he need for a container ship? Only 10%, correct? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now he has got EDA certification. इसके पास EDA certification है. Okay, he has got the EDA certification. Okay. But now the latest regulation, what they need? The latest regulation जो है अभी, they need 50% reduction. But you can't question him because he has the certification and EDA is a one-time compliance, correct?
Okay,
can't
it
say
doesn't
anything.
depends on any phase. Like if you are built on 2013 and you're getting the phase 1 certification, then you do not need any other certification when you are going to other phases.
Yes, yes, correct. Because it is a technical measure, right? मैंने आपको क्या बोला था? These are the technical measure. See, technical measures are ED and EXI. One time you have to comply. One time comply कर दिया, हो गया. बाद में no
Yes, sir,
issue.
but
right?
excuse me, sir. But now it is not. It will not be applicable because we already EEXI is
Yes,
came
yes,
into force.
yes, yes, yes. That's what I'm coming to, right? So now we are already coming in because the latest regulation, the trends are changing, right? To bring such vessels into the latest regulations or the current trend at the same level, the concept of EXI came. What the timeline कैसे काम करते हैं? I'll just show you. Let's say this is your 2013, 2023, right? So इसके पहले क्या अप्लाई करता था? इसके पहले nothing, right? इसके बाद तो कुछ भी नहीं, because these are pre-EDA vessel. इसके बाद तो कुछ भी नहीं था, तो इनको अब क्या अप्लाई करेगा स्टेट के बाद? What is apply to them? After 2023, these vessels will comply with EEXI. Okay. These vessels will not have EDI because they are already built, right? They are pre-EDI vessels, so they have to comply today with EEXI after this date. Okay. Now for the vessels built between 2013 and 2023, okay, between 2013 and 2023, suppose इसमें एक ना कंपैरिजन लेते हैं. सपोज आपका जो EDI का वैल्यू है जो वेसल का, if it is lower than the EXI, then no need of complying with EXI because you are already below the set limit. But I'll just give you more example, right? Simple terms. Let's say you are going on a highway. आपका एक bike. I'll make it very simple. Before there was a highway, you had a bike, right? Let's say before the speed limit allowed was 100 km per hour. Okay. So you got your bike. उसका जो fuel limiter आपने 100 km/h पे set करवा ली. Over time, the accidents start happening. The limit were reduced to 80, then 60. Now, as per the latest regulation, वो बोलते हैं कि आप अपनी स्पीड जो है मैक्सिमम वो 60 पे लॉक करनी पड़ेगी आपको. बट आप तो पहले ही 100 का सर्टिफिकेट लेके चले हो ना. You have limited your speed at 100. So now, to keep you also in check, you have to comply with the latest regulation, right? So that is same like this is the EXI. So suppose when you build your vessel, आपका जो बाइक था पहले, अगर आप उसको पहले 50 km/h पर लॉक करवा लेते, right? At this speed you lock it, then you are already complying with the regulation, right? Minimum अभी कितना 60 बोल रहा है आपको, 60 से ऊपर आपका स्पीड नहीं होना चाहिए, but you are already locked at 50. So why to ask him to comply? He can continue with that same value, right? समझ रहे हो? Please tell me yes or no. Now
Sir,
same
yes.
way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If your EDA value is already less than the current needed EXI value, then why to worry? then no need of certification. Okay, but if your EDA well is greater than the required, तब आपको अप्लाई करना पड़ेगा EEXI के साथ. So over here both will apply, right? Depends, EDI and EXI both will apply. So आपको दोनों के साथ कंप्लाई करना पड़ेगा. आपका जो वैल्यू होगा वो EXI से भी कम होना चाहिए, है ना, और EDA से भी कम तो है ही पहले. So both will apply. But for the vessels built after 2023, what will apply to them?
EEXI.
Phase 3 EEDI.
Yes, phase 3 EEDI, because EXI cannot apply to them. They are not existing vessels, they are new vessels.
Yeah.
Okay, समझ रहे हो आप? आपको समझ आ रहा थोड़ा बहुत?
Yes.
Or shall I repeat? Please let me know, guys. I know थोड़ा
No, sir,
confusion
clear,
है.
sir, clear.
Okay. हाइप मोटरसाइकिल से क्लियर हो गया है?
हाँ sir.
Okay. चलिए. For ETO they will not go that much deep, but still you must have know, right, कैसे चीज हो रही है. But class 2 for sure. अच्छा दोनों यहाँ पे हैं. Okay, तो अब देखिए आप will come on to the formula, right? Okay, attained EXI का formula exactly same है. That is power into SFOC into your carbon conversion factor divided by capacity into V reference, right? Exactly same. I will just show you the formula of required EXI. Please have a look, guys. Required EXI. That is after this. There is something interesting over there, which you might not believe. I'll just show the regulation first. यहाँ पे देखिए. Just see the formula of EXI, right? We are reading only EXI. See, required EXI. Just focus on this much. अभी उसको छोड़ दीजिए दूसरी साइड वाला. Required EXI is equal to 1 minus y by 100. The reduction factors are, I will not say exactly same, they are almost same. They are not exactly same, they are almost same. थोड़ा constant में यहाँ वहाँ है, हल्का सा change है. 100% same नहीं है, but 99 तक same है, right? I'm just trying to explain. Don't say this in front of surveyor. So 1 minus y
Sir,
by 100.
one question, sir. Now this EEXI is applicable for vessels built before 1st July of 2016, right, sir?
It is applicable
Because
to all vessels.
I have read it out in one of the handout. It was written that it was applicable for the ships which is built before 1st July of 2016.
Okay. No, actually, that is the news. Actually, there are 3 criteria in that, right? I actually did not want to go into that much detail, but still, because you mentioned. So there are 3 criteria whenever you want to see the date, right? First is when the contract is made for the building of the vessel, right? Means when the keel is, कब आपने contract लिया, and when the vessel construction has been completed, right? And I think that is 1st January 2013 is the when the contract has been placed, and it is 1st January, not 1st January, July 20, 13, 14,
16.
15. It is not 16, I guess it is, yes, 2 years and 7 months, as I remember it is 2 years and 7 months. That is the when the vessels have been delivered, right? So that was the concept actually. Okay, that was the actual concept. Actually, इतना डिटेल में नहीं पूछते हैं, but still you have raised the question, that I'm telling you. You read it correct, but I don't want to see. This is the one. So there are 3 criteria for that, right? So I don't go into that much detail for your level. Generally, मतलब इतना नहीं जाता सर वेरी बिग डिटेल में. तो इसलिए मैंने आपको बताया लाइक ये होता है. ओके. Then there is one more thing. अगर आपका एब्सेंस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट नहीं है तो फिर आप ये स्टेज ऑफ कंस्ट्रक्शन लेते हैं. उसमें कितना % कील ब्लॉक किया, कितना % कंस्ट्रक्शन किया, राइट? So let us not collect that much of information at this stage. Okay. Please don't mind, but surveyor इतना deep नहीं जाएगा according to me. But he might ask you definition of new ship, and it has been asked to one of our candidates before. Okay. What is the new ship? So this is the definition, right? और चैप्टर 4 के अकॉर्डिंग न्यू शिप का डेफिनेशन अलग है, ये अलग है और वो अलग है. ओके. चैप्टर 4 के अकॉर्डिंग आपको न्यू शिप अलग हो जाता है. जनरली व्हाट इज अ न्यू शिप?
Yes,
इफ
sir.
आई आस्क यू व्हाट इज न्यू शिप, जस्ट अगर आपको पूछा व्हाट इज अ न्यू शिप,
Which means it's
which is built after the convention came into force, means after the regulation, sorry, not convention, after which the regulation comes into force, that is called as a new ship. Okay, it depends. अब आप new ship किसके लिए बोल रहे हो? You might be calling for CLC, you might be calling for ballast water, you might be calling for chapter 4, chapter 3, है ना? So it depends आप किसके लिए बात कर रहे हो, है ना?
okay. Okay.
That is why actually I don't see over here. I'll just show you. यहाँ पे chapter 4 में अलग हो जाएगा. Okay, see, over here it is different now. Okay, so that is I don't go that much into detail. Okay, can you see over here in the screen? यहाँ पे डेट चेंज हो जाती है शिप की. Okay, so depends आप कौन किसकी बात कर रहे हो. Okay, anyway, back to EXI. The formula of EXI is that just see carefully, that is उसमें आपका EXI का रेफरेंस वैल्यू नहीं है. Required EXI is equal to 1 minus y by 100 into, please see this, what is this? Is it EXI? No, it is EEDI. Why it is not EXI? Anybody please let me know.
Sir, the type of the vessel they have already mentioned in the reference line. So the same reference in the
Yes, they have already done the calculation. So they're using that same graph which we saw, right? They are using the same data for that. So the reference line will be taken that only as a reference. Okay. So 1 minus y by 100 into EDI reference line value. Any doubt for required EXI? I hope it is clear. खाली रिडक्शन फैक्टर आपका x का y हो गया, बाकी सारा कुछ सेम है. समझ गए? Because remember it was in phases for the EDI, right? Now you can see over here it is directly one time, right? because इसमें फेस नहीं है, एक ही बार कंप्लाई करना है 1 जनवरी 2023 के बाद. ओके, so it is just one column over here. See, देखिए यहाँ पे रिडक्शन फैक्टर एक ही है, और हमने जब EDI किया था वहाँ पे 3 थे ना. Remember there were 3 values because it was depending on the phase. Guys, are you getting something? Please let me know.
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
If you have any doubt, just let me know. Right, I'll try to solve it. No, oh, sorry. No, this. I have a very good slide of class NK, but this is the one. So just do it quickly. Just introduction. बाकी हमारा almost हो गया. So see, as I told you, you must be always below the regulation, right? You must be always below the set value, below the reference line. Then you are well and good. Okay, just a moment. Okay, see over here. This is the reference line value, right? Means जो आपका required EXI होना चाहिए, उससे आप हमेशा नीचे हो तो पास है. Now why this is passing over here also? Anybody please tell me, यहाँ पे क्यों allowed है line के ऊपर भी? Why it is in green zone? Because for smaller ships it is not applicable, right? It is minimum 400 GT, right? तो उससे छोटा है, so we are not concerned about that. We are only targeting the bigger fishes in the market. Okay. It is a technical approach. We have discussed that. See, the required EXI is almost the same, right? Not exactly the same. Please say this word when he asks, right? It's almost the same level as required EDI of the new ship as of 2023. So इसीलिए मैं चाहता था, जो मैं नया वेसल बना रहा हूँ अभी, अगर उसका 50% रिडक्शन है तो मैं चाहता हूँ जो पहले बना हुआ वेसल उसको भी सेम लेवल पे लाना है, राइट? आई हैव टू ब्रिंग दैट सेम वेसल ऑन द करंट लेवल, अभी जो मार्केट में चल रहा है उसके अकॉर्डिंग, है ना? So now this is the actual formula, but we have seen the simple one, that is, see, power कौन सा होता है? That is a shaft power, right? Remember the thing, that is a shaft power होता है ये आपका power है ना, that is shaft. Okay, it is 75% of the MCR. आपका EDI में shaft power होता है. Okay, Okay, it is a 75% of the MCR, right? SFC is the fuel consumption.
sir, one
Yes,
doubt,
बोले.
sir, आपने अभी जो बोला था the required EXI is almost equal to obtained EEDI after first the vessel delivered on 1st Jan 2013.
No. Please repeat your question. Please, can you please rephrase? क्या बोला
Yes, sir,
आपने?
आपने
Like,
बोला था
please
the
repeat
required
करिए.
the required EEXI it should be almost equal to the attained EEDI of the vessels
मैंने
delivered
बोला
after 1st Jan 2013.
no. जो आपका required EDI है, it is almost similar, almost same to the required. Okay. जो इसमें क्या बोल रहा है, जो अभी required EDI है, जो अभी set regulation है,
जो
आपने
आप
क्या करना है
अभी जो
पुराने
ऊपर एक स्लाइड पे दिखाया था ना सर.
wait. Okay.
हाँ,
The required EDI
हाँ,
is same as required है दोनों जगह. दोनों
Okay, okay,
रिक्वायर्ड है, अटेंड नहीं है, बिकॉज अटेंड कैन नॉट यू से, राइट? अटेंड तो आप कोई
हाँ,
भी
yes, sir.
देखिए, आप एग्जाम देने जा रहे हो, आप 0 मार्क्स लाओ या 100 ले आओ, दैट इज डिपेंड ऑन कैंडिडेट टू कैंडिडेट, राइट? सो वी कांट
Yes, sir,
ब्रिंग
yes.
अटेंड इन द पिक्चर, इट इज रिक्वायर्ड ओनली. ये दोनों EXI और EDI को हम सेम लेवल पे ला रहे हैं.
हाँ,
ओके.
okay, sir, थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूज हो गया.
The main concept is that they don't want somebody to use the excuse, no, I am an old vessel, so it does not apply to me. In simple layman terms, I'll tell you कि आप बहाना नहीं मार सकते कि मैं पुराना वेसल हूं तो मैं कंप्लाई नहीं करूंगा जी. आप ओल्ड हो, न्यू हो, कुछ भी हो, आप जो अभी का ट्रेंड चल रहा है उसको फॉलो करो. दैट इज व्हाट आई कैन से इन द लेमन टर्म. ओके, अंडरस्टूड? So this is the value, right? Capacity into ton into EXI speed, right? Into the EXI speed, that is V reference same. Capacity you will take in dead weight, right? और आप कंटेनर में इसको 70% लेते हो कैपेसिटी को. ओके, जस्ट फॉर नॉलेज आई एम टेलिंग यू, दे माइट इतना नहीं पूछेंगे क्यों लेते हैं सब, अभी इस लेवल पे शायद नहीं पूछेंगे. ओके, बिकॉज स्टडीज ने बताया कि कभी भी आप कंटेनर 100% लोड करके नहीं चलते हो, राइट? दैट इज व्हाई, दैट इज द मेन रीजन एक्चुअली. ओके, सो दिस इज द फार्मूला, प्लीज मेक अ नोट ऑफ दिस. एग्जैक्टली सेम ही है आपका ईडीआई की तरह. कुछ चेंज लग रहा है आपको? बताइए. ओके, शैल वी गो इट? लिख लिया सबने तो बताना मुझे. देखिए इसमें क्या है, कुछ पैरामीटर्स अलग हैं. जैसे स्पेसिफिक फ्यूल कंजम्पशन, इसमें थोड़ा चेंज हो जाता है, राइट? हो सकता है आपके पास अगर नॉक्स टेक्निकल फाइल नहीं है, बिकॉज नॉक्स वाज एप्लीकेबल टू द वेसल ओनली आफ्टर 1st of January 2000. उसके पहले अप्लाई नहीं करता था नॉक्स, है ना? अगर आपका वो वाला वेसल तो आप क्या करोगे? इन दैट केस यू विल टेक दिस एज अ रेफरेंस. ओके, SFC आप ये ले लोगे. ओके, सो देयर इज सम डिफरेंस इन द डेफिनेशन ऑफ पैरामीटर्स इन EXI एंड EDI. फॉर्मूला पूरा सेम है. ओके, बिकॉज देखिए टैंक टेस्ट का, यू नो व्हाट इज टैंक टेस्ट? एवरीबडी नो व्हाट इज अ टैंक टेस्ट? बेसिकली टैंक टेस्ट, जब आप शिप बनाते हो, यू कांट गो एंड मेक द शिप राइट अवे. यू मेक अ मॉडल फर्स्ट, राइट? देन यू ट्राई इट आउट इन द टैंक, राइट? वाटर टैंक में आप उसको ट्राई आउट करते हो, तो उससे आपको स्पीड मिलती है. ओके, अगर आपके पास वो नहीं है, देन वी यूज CFD, कंप्यूटेशन फ्लूइड डायनामिक्स से आप फार्मूला बनाते हैं, राइट? I'm just giving you an overview, no need to go much into detail. Okay, so application of EDI, this is the one. Okay, for EXI, right? And this is a reference line, और ये आपका reduction factors हैं, right? X into EDI reference line. Remember this formula. Please don't say here EXI reference line. People make mistake. they सोचते हैं कि EXI है, यहाँ पे भी reference line value होगा, और यहाँ पे required EXI होना चाहिए 1 minus y. Don't follow it, right? It is not x, it is y as per the marks. Okay, anyway it is just a reduction factor. कुछ भी reduction factor और कुछ नहीं है. Okay, और ये we are looking the phase 2 advancing of the phase 3. Okay. So just all it is same only, same story. बाकी सब ऐसे ही है. Okay. How will you verify? So for the new ships, we will issue a IEC certificate, right? International Energy Efficiency Certificate. Okay. So that is how you will get the verification. और कब करना आपने? For the vessels who are old vessels, जब भी आपका सर्वे आएगा, कौन सा सर्वे? एनुअल, इंटरमीडिएट और रिन्यूअल ऑफ IEPP, उसके बाद आपको इसके साथ कंप्लाई करना पड़ेगा.
सर इन केस कोई एग्जिस्टिंग शिप अभी EEXI से अपना फेस रीच कर रहा है, then whether they will be issued any certificate for attaining that EEXI?
Yes. In that case, you will get this, right? Wait a minute. Yes, you will get a IEC सर्टिफिकेट. ये आपको मिलेगा. नए वेसल्स क्या होता है, बिल्ड स्टेज पे मिल जाएगा, है ना. और उसके लिए जो वेसल पहले बने थे उनको ये इन्होंने टाइमलाइन बताया. इसके बाद इस डेट के बाद जब भी आपका सर्वे होगा उसके बाद आपको मिलेगा. ओके. बिकॉज इफ यू सी द IEC, उसमें आपका सारे पैरामीटर्स बताए गए हैं. बट स्टिल I'll check, double check and then let you know, right? तो इसमें आपकी टेक्निकल फाइल है. लेट्स नॉट गो मच इनटू डिटेल, राइट? You see, just see over here flow chart, right? What I was telling you. Check whether ship has attained EDI or not. Okay, हमारे पास attained EDI है. Vessel built in, let's say 2015. Check the attained EDI from the IC certificate or EDI technical file, है ना? The attained EDI can be used as alternative to attained EXI. Attained EDI is less than the required EXI means 2023 वाला. Yes means ship is already complying, है ना? समझ रहे हो? अगर आपका attained EDI का वैल्यू रिक्वायर्ड से कम है. Yes, go ahead.
Yes sir, understood sir.
Okay, and these are the methods to, please make a note of this one. Methods to improve your EDI and EXI, right? Sorry, EXI के लिए ये वाले methods हैं. Shaft and EPL, Sharpoli, shaft power limitation and engine power limitation. Installation of energy saving devices, right, like your waste heat recovery and fuel conversion. Please write measure for EXI. लिख लो इसको. Because then there are some other methods also, like optimizing the route, all that stuff, right? But EXI के लिए ये तीन है main. Okay, shall we proceed? So this is your IC certificate, right? इसमें आपका attained EDI का वैल्यू रहता है. Okay, EPL आप देख लेंगे. This is how the EPL looks like, right? इसमें क्या होता है, मैकेनिकल लिमिटर लगा देते हैं. Okay, फ्यूल के लिए, उससे ज़्यादा नहीं जाना चाहिए. ओके, ये पुट मैकेनिकल स्टॉप स्क्रू गवर्नर के पास. ओके, अगर आपके इलेक्ट्रॉनिक इंजन है तो आप लॉग इन करके उसमें यूजर आईडी पासवर्ड डाल के आप उसमें इलेक्ट्रॉनिक लिमिटर डाल देते हैं. ओके, दैट इज अ EPL. समझते हैं? दिस इज योर MOP. ठीक है. ओके, एनीवे लेट्स मूव ऑन टू CI, राइट? आई जस्ट टेक CI एंड देन विल कंक्लूड द क्लास. Okay, now what we saw before that was here regarding your EDI and EXI. Now we'll come on to the CI. CI is a operational measure, right? I'm repeating again and again, this operational measure. It has to be done and monitored time and time again. Okay, तो बार-बार आपको कंटिन्यू करना पड़ता है ना? Every year you have to comply. It's not one-time certification. Every year you have to comply with the regulation. Okay.
सर आपका वॉइस बहुत कम है
सर. अभी ठीक है?
यस सर.
सॉरी, हेडफोन चला गया. Okay. Now for your CI also, just open one more file. I think I've posted in the. कार्बन इंडिकेटर राइट। अब इसमें क्या है, वी आर ओनली कंसर्न्ड अबाउट हाउ मच अमाउंट ऑफ फ्यूल यू आर बर्निंग राइट।
ये
How-
ई वो भी एक होता है ना सर, एनर्जी
हाँ, वो एनर्जी एफिशिएंसी ऑपरेटिंग ऑपरेशन इंडिकेटर राइट, बट दैट वाज अ मॉनिटरिंग टूल। आई विल कम टू दैट, वो शायद एक दिन और खिंच जाएगा आज। ओके, ई वाज जो आई जो था, दैट इज नॉट मैंडेटरी, दैट वाज अ वॉलंटरी स्टेप। ओके, वो वॉलंटरी था। मुझे आप एक बार ये करने दो CII एंड देन विल सी द डिफरेंस बिटवीन बोथ राइट, तो आपको ज्यादा क्लियर
ओके
होगा।
ओके सर।
डोंट वरी, हम सिंप भी करेंगे तीनों पार्ट जो आपको शायद एग्जाम में आया था ATO को। देन वी विल आल्सो डू द कलेक्शन सिस्टम राइट, द फ्यूल डाटा कलेक्शन। IMO DCS क्लास 2 के लिए बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है। Okay, and
हाँ
then
सर।
we will do CI, right? These three topics are remaining mostly, and then some questions we'll discuss. So maybe one day more, but anyway, this is an important topic. Okay, so जो आपका CI, it applies only to the vessels which are more than 5,000 GT, right? अब देखिए इसमें आप क्या करते हो, calculate that how much amount of CO2 you are burning, right? In this also same story, but I will show you first the formula of CI, and then we'll move on, right? So here also CO2 emission divided by डेड वेट सेम कैपेसिटी इनटू, वहां पे क्या था, स्पीड था ना, यहाँ पे डिस्टेंस है। इसमें देखते हैं कि आपने पूरा साल में इन द होल कैलेंडर ईयर हाउ मच डिस्टेंस यू कवर्ड राइट, एंड इन होल कैलेंडर ईयर प्लीज रिमेंबर, इन द होल कैलेंडर ईयर हाउ मच अमाउंट ऑफ फ्यूल you have burnt. Okay, so let me just make it simple. CII, for CII you need some data right, that is CO2 emission right, divided by capacity rate dead weight
Dead weight.
into distance. Okay, now I'll ask you some questions. What is the formula for this CO2 emissions का क्या formula है? What is the formula for CO2 emission? हमने EDA में किया था ना, it is power into power into SFC into CF right, but this was being shown for an instant right, like take time के लिए, it was only one time for a shorter time, but when I have to see the whole calendar year I have to find the amount of fuel right. So this will not, I will not take that. I have to just imagine if I know the total amount of fuel which I have burned. Suppose if I know the total amount, whole amount of fuel into carbon conversion factor, what I can get if I amount of fuel in whole year. So what I will
Amount
get?
of carbon emitted in whole.
Correct, right. So that is what I need. But can you please tell me from where I can get the amount of fuel burned in whole year?
From specific fuel consumption.
No, for
Sorry,
the whole year, right?
Total fuel consumption. Total fuel consumption.
But where you get that total fuel consumption? आपको कहाँ मिलती है? Have you heard of something called as IMO DCS? That is why we have to read that, right? First of all, and what is IMO DCS? Every year, what we do is that it came into force from 1st January 2019. That is also called as fuel oil data reporting. What we do here is that we collect the whole data from 1st of January to 31st of December. We collect the whole amount of fuel data, right? How much amount of fuel you have burnt in the whole calendar year. Okay, so that quantity you get, and you take that quantity, let's say this is the Q, right? You take and it report it to the admin. Okay, admin क्या करेगा? He will within 3 months, right? Admin will take this data and report to the Secretary General, Mr. Kitaklim of IMO, right? एक महीने के अंदर.
Is this what we do in scene part 2? No sir, passing part 2 पे ही करेंगे.
Correct. Same part 3 में यही सब करते हैं. Sorry, part 2 is fuel and data collection, right? वो हम करेंगे, right?
Yes, sir,
I'm just giving. So this is the whole process. We will do that in detail, right? So वहाँ से आपको fuel oil आपने कितना burn किया वो मिलेगा, है ना? Into carbon conversion factor, so you will get the CO2 emission. Now divided by dead weight. Dead weight means the capacity into distance. Distance means distance in the whole year. Distance in the whole year. पूरा साल आपका ship कितना चला. Okay, that is how you will find your CIA value, right? So, but one thing is here, bulk carrier, tanker, container, and all it is dead weight. But why it is gross tonnage mentioned for cruise and ro-ro cargo and ro-ro passenger? Anybody? Please try to give me some answer. Make a guess.
Yes sir, yes sir. Sir थोड़ा voice कम है sir.
Okay, just a minute. Try to buy. Okay, is it okay now, guys?
Yes sir.
My question is that why here it is dead weight and why here is cross tonnage? Formula तो same है ना, बस ship type अलग हो रहा तो change कर दिया कुछ तो इन्होंने. Why it is so? Okay, let me just give you.
This is weight है sir. वो सब volume से calculated है.
Correct, correct, correct. Very good. Perfect, right. See, suppose whenever you want to send your cargo, right? Suppose you want to send 10 tons of cargo by bulk carrier. So they will charge you by the tonnage, right? Suppose you want to go to cruise, right, with your family. They will never charge you by the family weight. कि आप अपना weight बताओ, है ना? They will charge you by the size of the room. Correct. Now suppose you want to send a car by a ro-ro, right? एक कार आपको रो-रो पैसेंजर से, you want to import a car from Dubai to Mumbai, right? You got a lot of money. And there is a guy who wants to import a bus from the same ship, right? So your car will occupy lesser volume, right? And a bus will occupy larger volume. So these kind of ships, they charge on the basis of volume, not on the basis of the weight. Okay. For that is why for such ships we are getting a gross tonnage. For the vessel which work by weight, we get a dead weight. Concept समझ आ रहा है आपको guys?
Yes sir.
Okay, so that is the actual formula, right? So here also the reference line is same formula, A into B to power minus C. Okay, but this reference line कैसे draw करेंगे हम? This is the, it is coming into force from 2023, right? And we started collecting data from which date? From 2019. So we will use the IMO DCS previous data, and then we made the line, right? इसमें आपका उसका कोई रोल नहीं है EDI reference line का, but formula almost same है, right? The constants are different over here. Okay. So required CI same thing, 1 minus Z by 100. वही बात होती है 1 minus Z by 100, right? वैसे किया ना into CII reference value. Same formula है. Required CI आ गया आपका. समझ रहे आप guys? It is same that, right? 1 minus Z by 100, it is 100 minus Z by 100, right? तो आपका reduction factor अभी कितना है? We are changing it every year. इसमें अभी 5, 7, 9, 11 चल रहा है. हमारा 2030 तक का टारगेट अभी, और अभी ये MEPC 80 में डिसाइड होंगे इसका जो अगला रिडक्शन फैक्टर होने वाला है. ओके, सो दे विल रिवाइज इट. दे आर इंक्रीजिंग द वैल्यू year by year. Year by year they are increasing the values, right, for the reduction factor. So according to that you will get a rating. You might be, if you are performing very good, अगर आपका वैल्यू बहुत कम आता है CI का, you will get the rating A. Sorry. Okay. Then rating B for थोड़ा. Okay. C means just compliance, D means poor, and E means gone के गया. Okay. So suppose you get A, B and C, you are still safe. D आएगा continuously 3 years के लिए. कितने years के लिए? 3 years के लिए. अगर continuously आपको D मिला तो आपको फिर अपनी सीम रिवाइज करनी पड़ेगी, है ना? कुछ सीम आपको रिवाइज करनी पड़ेगी. और अगर आप एक बार भी ये आ गया तो
सीम मींस अपना पार्ट 1 वो वाला.
यस, दे हैव जस्ट मेंशन्ड सीम, राइट? सो आई डोंट वांट टू जस्ट, मैं देखता हूं बट उसमें बस लिखा है कि आपको सीम रिवाइज करनी पड़ेगी.
यस सर. सीम 1 में मतलब आप लोगों को जो ऑपरेशनल मेजर्स में जो चेंजेस किया था उसी पे.
हाँ, उसी में कुछ करेंगे. ओके, so this is, they have taken an example, right? They see जैसे मैं एग्जांपल लिया, देखो. But its CI reference value, that is A into B to power minus C. Okay, ship type is bulk carrier. Okay, dead weight is 62. It is a bulk carrier, right? I'll just show you how the calculation is being done. So reference value हम निकालेंगे पहले. So it is reference value is for a bulk carrier. I'll open the table. I'll see for a bulk carrier. कहाँ है मेरा bulk carrier? यहाँ पे जस्ट मिनट, ओके ये मेरा बल्क एरर है ना। इसके लिए कितना वैल्यू, ए का वैल्यू 4745 है और सी का 0.622। ओके सो हियर 4745 ए, सी का वैल्यू 0.62, dead weight is how much, 62,000, so they just put the formula, that is 4.96. I've got the reference line value, right? Now we have to see the date for 2023. 2023 में reduction factor कितना है? It is only 5%. So I've got the formula right over here. See, 100 minus 100, sorry, 5 divided by 100, that is 0.95, right? Into CIA reference. So 0.95 into CIA reference value. Okay. So if you see over here, that is what he has done. Okay. He will take this value and he will multiply 4.96 into 0.95. So this is the answer he will get. This is the required CI, means set by the regulation. Okay, this much he needs to achieve at least. Okay, this much he needs. And how much he attained? Attained CI is equal to formula kya hai? That is how much amount of CO2 you are releasing in atmosphere. So just multiply the where is the amount of fuel burnt? Just shown the CO2, right? So it is CO2 divided by dead weight into the distance traveled, this one. Uska nikla 4.69, right? This is what he attained and required is 4.7. बस थोड़ा सा बच गया, थोड़ा भी इधर उधर गया था, है ना? 4.69, 4.7, बिल्कुल लाइन पे हो. So what do you think is the grade rating we should give him? बिल्कुल लाइन पे है, थोड़ा सा बचा. Let's see, the rating he will get is C, right? C rating मिला इसको because बिल्कुल लाइन पे है. Attained is 4.69. Okay, and required is कितना है? 4.71. But over the year, the value will keep decreasing. पहले 5% था, 4.71. Then 4.61, right? Then 4.51, 4.41. तो ऐसे उसकी रेटिंग भी गिरती जाएगी. जैसे 4.41 होगा, वो चला जाएगा भाई साहब रेटिंग D में, and he should start working on his thing, right? I'm not taking it in too much detail, but anyway, this much is sufficient, right? आपको basic idea लग रहा है हम क्या कर रहे हैं?
Yes, sir. Understood.
That is basic concept you must know, and the formulas are important, right? And the this units. For this, the unit is also called as annual efficiency ratio (AER), and this is called as a cargo cargo distance, something like that. I'll just check that and let you know, right? But I'll just check. AR is the DN, and yes, annual efficiency ratio and capacity gross ton distance are 2 units, right? If you are using GT, like for your, if you are using GT for your this पैसेंजर वेसल हो गया आपका, फिर आपका रोरो फेरी हो गया, है ना? तो उसके लिए आप कौन सा यूनिट यूज करोगे? तो व्हाई इट इज नॉट ओपनिंग एट ऑल. मेरे नेट बहुत खराब है. गाइस कैन यू सी माय स्क्रीन? दिख रही है आपको मेरी स्क्रीन? Guys, can you see my screen? Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Okay. So the units are annual efficiency ratio for the vessels which are using dead weight, right? Dead weight. और जहां जहां आपका GT आएगा वहां पे आपका CG distance हो जाएगा. That is car capacity gross ton distance. But still I'll confirm, right? ये चल नहीं रहा. I'll just post this link otherwise. इसको कॉपी करता हूँ. I'll post in group. Just check, right, and let me also know. Or if you can, you post a screenshot. Just forward it in the other group also. Just open this and let me know, right? खुल नहीं रहा है मेरे से. खुल रहा है किसी का? You can read about it, right? In that. Just a minute. ये FAQs में रहेगा नीचे में, राइट? यू विल फाइंड दैट आंसर ओवर हियर. Okay, what is A? Okay, yes, AER is used for, that is annual and efficiency ratio is used for the these kind of stuff, right? Just a moment. For your vessels which are using this, right? CO2 emissions and deadweight, for them we use annual efficiency ratio, right? And for other vessels which are using GT, gross tonnage, working by the volume, the unit is CG distance, right? That is CG distance, capacity, gross ton distance. Okay, these are the units. They are the units, but actual thing is same, means grams of CO2 divided by that nautical mile, right? Deadweight mile. Okay, emission of grams of CO2 per deadweight mile, right? बाकी सेम है, but actually units पूछें तो आपको ये बोलना है AER, that is annual efficiency ratio, and CG distance, right? Capacity, gross ton distance. Okay guys, hello.
सर अभी आप जो बोला था EEDA में भी हम लोग ने CO2 एमिशन ही कैलकुलेट कर रहा है एंड CII में भी हम लोग का CO2 एमिशन ही कैलकुलेट कर रहा है ना सर, दोनों में भी CO2 एमिशन ही कैलकुलेट
CO2 emission कर रहे हैं, but उसमें क्या कर रहे हैं? Difference is that in CII you are calculating for the whole year, correct? And
Yes,
for
sir.
EDI and EXI you are calculating just for an instant, एक टाइम के लिए.
इंस्टेंट मतलब
Instant means जब आप डिजाइन करते हो, suppose you buy a bike, right? Let's say.
ओके ओके अंडरस्टूड.
Initially उसका माइलेज बोलेंगे कंपनी वाला, it's 40 किलोमीटर पर लीटर, राइट? बट
हाँ,
ओवर
okay,
टाइम 10 ईयर वो ऊपर नीचे हो जाएगी. तो जब उसको मॉनिटर करोगे वो आपका ऑपरेशनल हो गया है ना, कि यार मेरे बाइक का 35 हो गया, 36 हो गया, 20 हो गया. दैट इज CIA जॉब. बट व्हेन द कंपनी गिव द बाइक टू यू, दैट वाज EDI एंड EXI. समझ गए आप? टेक्निकल.
अंडरस्टूड.
ओके ओके, सो विल सॉरी फॉर दैट बिकॉज अभी एक लेक्चर और खींच जाएगा इसमें, बट आई एम श्योर दैट यू लर्नड इट इन डिटेल, राइट? दैट इज मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट एक्चुअली.
यस सर.
Okay guys, so I'll see you tomorrow. Have a nice day.